Wow, you just clicked on a Mr. Golden Sports video. You, my friend, are one very, very, very smart person. Today we are bringing you my second online ranked match, and as you see from the title, this is an ugly, I'm talking about Bubba Sparks, ugly, one of those ugly games. But am I going to pull it through? Am I going to lose? Is this a tie? What kind of ugly game is this? Well, you're going to see. I decided to go with the Denver Broncos. Let's go ahead and give my boy Peyton Manning a shot. See how he is. Let's see how the new look Denver Broncos play in Madden 13. So it looked like he was going to go ahead with the Redskins. And I was like, that's a pretty decent matchup. We definitely got some speed linebackers to control RG3. So he leaves him, then he comes back, and he's sitting there again. And he's really contemplating, but he's not too sure. And so we're just waiting on him, and we're like, what team am I going to go against? So then he goes ahead and he gets the Texans. And I'm like, the Texans are definitely a better team than the Broncos. But I do have Champ Bailey, so hopefully I can try and stop Andre Johnson somewhat. And Denver definitely has some very good linebackers to hopefully stop the run. Problem might be on offense because they have a really, really, really good defense. But let's see how Peyton Manning does. Of course, we go ahead and we deferred first possession to him, so we get ball back at halftime. So that's always a plus. I always feel good whenever I'm able to control the coin toss and defer to the opponent. First possession, first play hits me with a play action, but we end up stopping that. And, obviously, always first drive, we're trying to get a feel for his game. What does he like to do? Does he run more? Does he pass more? Does he do, a little bit of both? What side does he like to run on? Where does he like to pass and things like that? So as you can see, he's doing a pretty good job running the ball. Thankfully, we end up getting an attack right there. We end up catching Adrian Foster. But it was a holding penalty. My controller was vibrating. I knew I felt something. So he tries to run to the right again, but this time we shut it down. Get it to a 3rd and 5. He ends up running, and we stop him, so it's 4th and 1. He calls a no huddle, but look at the users. Look at the awareness to go ahead and shut him down. And speaking of users and awareness, guys, I'm in a Connected Career League. That video is in a video response section, also annotation above. Check that video out. It lets you know all of the guys that's in that video. There's definitely some big YouTubers in there, and I'm really excited. My first drive, I'm testing Peyton Manning out, see what he can do. But I'm forced to kick a field goal. But I'll take a field goal considering I stopped him his first drive. So definitely, feeling good just putting some points on the board and then coming away with nothing. So far, so good. One possession, we initiate the lead, so that's good. So right now, I pretty much know that he likes to run the ball. He hasn't passed too much yet, but he doesn't really need to because he's doing really good on the ground. We hold him to about a 3rd and 5. He drops back, goes over the middle actually on that 4th and 5. He ends up getting it, just barely getting that first down. And there's nothing more frustrating than, I give up first downs all day, every day, but when it's a 4th down and they get just an inch over the 4th down, that's frustrating as hell. Right here, he does a nice pass, brings it all the way up to the 30. So again, back-to-back drives, man. He's doing really good at running the ball, except that one holding penalty. But he's been able to move the ball pretty effectively. So look at the users right there, just to stop him just enough until the defenders can get there. He decides to run again, and we end up stopping him just short of the touchdown. 3rd and goal, we come through another user gap right there. We plug the gap, and we hold him to a field goal. So I felt like that was a good look. He was very close to scoring, but we end up stopping. There's not too much scoring going on so far. But, I definitely want to be able to break that mold. I want to be able to score and, give myself an edge and get ball back at halftime. And hopefully, put this game away with the 2-possession lead. So right here, I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing. I'm not no-huddling. I'm just taking my time. Right there, Corral dropped the 3rd and 6. And as you guys know, GS no more going for it on 4th down. We punt the ball. And not only is that not a fumble because he didn't fear catch, the computer runs into him. And I'm raging at this point. What? You gotta be kidding me. Look at the users right there reading the outside. Whoa! Did I just celebrate with a break dance? Look at me getting jiggy with myself. Oh, man, I'm breakdancing. It's a celebration. That was crazy. But back to the game. He ends up running the ball again. And another great run. This time it's a touchdown, though. And my confidence level goes a little down. And At this point, I'm feeling I got to get something going. You know, I got to get some type of offensive work going. You know, I got to move the ball positively. So we decided to run the ball. I think that's my first attempt. I don't even think I ran the ball before that. If I did, I didn't run too much. Peyton Manning right there with the screenplay. We end up catching McGahee, and we end up getting good yardage. So again, we you know what? Maybe we could catch him again. So another screenplay, and this time we end up taking it to the crib. So those screenplays definitely came in handy, and we're excited that we scored. But actually, no, I didn't score. I wanted to kill some clock, so I ended up diving because, as you guys know, 1 minute in Madden is way too much, especially with some timeouts. That's a long time in a game of Madden. So we decided to force him to use his timeouts, and then we score. So that right there worked out to perfection. You know, because he was able to use all his timeouts, and I feel more comfortable giving him the ball with 30 seconds and no timeouts than giving him the ball with 1 minute and 3 timeouts. So, so far, Champ Bailey has had Andre Johnson on lock. Hasn't really been able to do too much. 2nd and 10, Andre Johnson, speaking of him, he ends up coming through with a catch. But there's not much time left. He doesn't have a timeout. And he does another catch right here. I think is a mistake. 10 seconds, and he goes for the no huddle. Why? I have no idea. And by the way, no soup for you. We get our first interception of the half, but I felt like he should have went to the playbook and called a quick field goal instead of doing a no huddle. I definitely felt like he lost out on that. So guys, in case you don't know, even if you have 4 or 5 seconds left, if you're able to pick field goal, you don't need to get to the line of scrimmage. They already break the huddle in the line of scrimmage. So all you got to do is just kick the field goal at that point. You don't have to walk to the line of scrimmage. You're already in the special teams package. Right here, we're trying to move the ball and get our first lead of the game, or our second lead, but our first touchdown lead of the game. 3rd and 12, we end up catching Thomas. Beautiful throw by Peyton Manning, squeezing it in right between 2 defenders. And we end up going to the right twice, back to back. And McGahee gets me a couple of yards. So 3rd and 5, definitely manageable 3rd down. We end up going up top. Thought I would have been able to fit that down, but unfortunately I don't. So he swats it, and we're forced to kick another field goal. And not the lead that we want, but we do have a lead. So we're hoping for another stop, another mistake, something that could give us the ball back with this lead. Because, again, I do not feel confident going tit for tat or, having my defense needing to come through. I feel more confident having a 2-possession lead where no matter what my defense does, even if they do give up a score, I still have the lead. Right there, dropped interception, but we get it to a 4th and 5. So he ends up going for it. He's in the pocket, and he just completely overthrows the receiver by a mile out of bounds. So we get the ball in great field position. I definitely feel like he should have punted the ball. I only scored on 1 possession. That's because I hit a couple screenplays. Outside of that, he's been pretty much shutting down my offense. Right here, McGahee makes a couple of good moves, and we get in inside the 10-yard line. 2nd and goal, Peyton Manning. We back up. We hit McGahee, but we don't get anything. And it's getting a little frustrating. I try to go for the draw and nothing. 4th and goal. What do? We played smart. As bad as I want to go for it again, just not going. Well, I don't want to say I'm not going. I'm going to try my best not to go for it on 4th downs. And so far, I've yet to go for it on 4th downs in my Madden 13 career. So we do the smart thing. We kick a field goal. We take our 6-point lead. And are we satisfied with that? Absolutely not, because if he scores, he gets the lead. But it's better than nothing. And speaking of scoring and taking lead, that's exactly what he does. He hits Andre Johnson, and he wiggles his way all the way to the end zone. So now we're down 1. Oh, man. And my offense that has been struggling all game. Again, I've been using the Denver Broncos playbook, which I really don't like. But I got to make something happen here. I do have Peyton Manning. He has the ability to put the ball wherever I want him to. So I got to make something happen. Is it clutch time? Are we going to come through? This is just an ugly defensive game. Really not too much scoring going on. I've been kicking nothing but field goals. And on a 4th and 4, I end up punting the ball. That is right. Even though I'm down 1, I punt the ball. Because that's how your boy GS is going to play this year. And hopefully we can get a stop. I don't have any faith in my defense, but I have faith in karma. I have faith in me being able to, play the right way, punting him the ball, and him not punting. That's going to come back and just bite him in the gluteus maximus. Right there, he goes over the middle, but we get him to drop it. 4th and 10. He's in my side of the field. He ends up going for it. Why? I have absolutely no idea. We end up stopping him. And that right there, I feel like, is a huge mistake because we are already in field goal range. We don't even need to move the ball in order to put points on the board. So again, we're trying to get something going with Peyton Manning. A couple of drop picks by them, thankfully. And we take our 3 points again. Another field goal. Our field goal is definitely, man, the kicker's hammies definitely are loose. They're a little loose this game because he's kicking nothing but field goals. But I have the lead. You know, you guys need to know that all you guys who go out there for fourth down continuously, and don't get it. You know, it's usually karma that has you losing to people how I'm playing now. You know, playing special teams, and we get another interception. That's a two-piece. Our second interception of the game. And right now, I do not want a field goal. I'm tired of these field goals. I need a score. And McGahee breaks off a pretty good run to bring us almost within the 10-yard line. So this is the time I need a score. I need to put points on the board and put this game away. You know, up to if we score, kick a field goal, that's a 9-point lead. And game is pretty much over at that point. That's exactly what happens. We call the toss and we end up scoring. And I call this an ugly game because there's not a lot of scoring going on. It's not a lot of great plays. It's not a lot of amazing things happening. But just due to the fact that me playing special teams, punting when I needed to, kicking field goals when I needed to instead of going for it, maybe I would have scored a touchdown, yes, but maybe I would have got stopped. Who knows? So me playing the special teams game got me to a 9-point lead, and now this is the type of leads that I enjoy. You know, the 2-possession lead, and that's another our third interception of the game, and he allows us to call one play. We end up calling the wide trail, getting him right over the top, and then he ends up quitting actually after that run play without even, you know, he doesn't have any timeouts, but he just, instead of just waiting, he just ends up quitting. So it's our second ranked match on the PlayStation. I'm 2-0 on the PlayStation, 1-0 on the Xbox, so 3-0 altogether, and I'm feeling good about it. You know, so far so good. Really haven't found the scheme yet, but I'm definitely going to look until I find a playbook that I enjoy. As you can see, there I am 2-0, and hopefully I can keep this momentum going. As always, that was an ugly-ass game, but we came away with the victory. It's your boy, Mr. Golden Sports, signing out. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you watching the vid.